Titles, go.
Blacklisted.
Man of the paper.
And a Van Wilder that shit.
You champ cheater.
Why am I in Pulaski?
Doggo.
Ooh, pizza.
Just a tickle.
You fluffing under that thing.
This is too fun. This is a library book that I owe the library from 2002. I stole a book from the library. It was due back February 6th, 2002.
Let's turn him in.
For what, $1.50 in late charges?
It literally says right here, I'll read it to you. If you do not turn this book in, what's it say?
You can't find it now.
He never read the book.
Books may be kept for 2 weeks, but may result in a fine. If the book is overdue, a $1 fine is due each day. And if this book is due in 2002, I'm fucked.
I mean, you just need to give him your house now.
Right.
This is from a school that is no longer a school. Like, what is West Genesee Junior High School? That's not Camillus Middle School. That's not West Jenny Middle. That's like, I don't know what that is. This
Wait, you did 2002, right?
February 6th, 2002. I was in 7th grade.
What an asshole.
Yep, I stole the book from the library.
All right.
Oh,
Okay.
it smells like
37 days that he's okay. So 37 days. And so you're good. So now go however many days that year and 365 times 21.
Oh, fucking
What
Christ.
is that? Someone do the
lot.
math.
Sean,
So that's for 365 days times 21 years.
Oh, okay.
$7,665.
Can I take the Geek Pod card?
No.
that is hilarious.
Oh my god.
Right.
Like, I was literally looking for something. I'm like, oh, that's a cool book. And I look in it and I'm like, this is not, I owe it back
Okay,
to the
okay.
library.
Okay, I know everybody's wondering, so I'm gonna ask, what's the title of the book?
The Compact History of the Revolutionary War.
Fucking nerd.
Of
Wow.
course. Yeah.
Ah,
No, it would have been better if it was a fucking Bible.
No, it would
I
have
actually
been better if it was like an illustrated history of Playboy, so we knew he was at least jerking off to it.
Right?
Yeah, okay.
Well, I mean,
21
Jack
years.
might be jerking off to that too. So
Kama Sutra.
That is true. Yeah. But this book was, oh God, why do I still have this? I think the librarian is dead.
I'm sure.
I'm sure she probably is. She probably died when she realized the book was still out.
Like, you could see like something should go back in the book. Where is it?
One of the funny part about it is they probably took that late fee out of her salary.
Yeah.
Probably.
She probably died fucking broke and hungry.
Because I always remember that librarian, she would give you pieces of paper, like send them to your homeroom if you had an overdue library book. And clearly I never got that
Yeah,
piece of
somehow
paper.
you dodged it. That's nice.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So we'll have this podcast another 7 years, and it'll be up to $14,000. Damn, that's awful. $7,000 in late fees. That sucks.
Why are we still recording this?
I don't know.
I don't
Why
know,
are we
but
still
never
here?
tell.
You never said let's do this.
No, I used let's turn him in. That's what
Yeah.
That's true. Okay, good point.
All right.
Warning. What you are about to hear contains explicit language, adult themes, and potentially disturbing content. The views and opinions expressed are those of the hosts and do not reflect the opinions of anyone else, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. This podcast is intended for an immature audience and should not be listened to by anyone, anywhere, ever, in the history of the world. You know, fuck it. You've been warned.
Hello, welcome to this week's edition of Geek Pod. I'm your host, Paul.
I'm Hugh.
Corbs.
I'm Jack.
easy.
Everybody's so anxious, they all jump in at once.
We did.
Guys, what's got you geeked?
Well, I'll start. because I'm sick, as you can hear, and there's not a whole lot that's got me geeked, but I do have this little can of Oreo zero sugar Coca-Cola, which makes me very happy. Um, it's a theme with our new format. Every time we do what's got me geeked, I have nothing to be geeked about. Things have been, fairly shitty. My wife is still sick. She still has a drain. We still don't have a date for the operation. And I have now attempted to purchase a Pixel watch from Google 4 times. 4 times. 3 times so far, they've canceled my order. You know why? Breaking the terms of service. I had to do some investigation, and this is apparently a thing with Google. They use a third-party company to verify addresses and things like that to try to find people that are scammers. And I've come to the conclusion that my address here at my house must be on a blacklist in that company's database. And they are canceling it. I don't know why. And there are people who are like, I tried to I ordered Pixel Buds 14 times and finally gave up. And
Jesus.
their customer service can't see anything. They know nothing about it. It's not anything that they can fix. So I'm attempting to have it shipped to a different address now to see if that works, but it's just fucking ridiculous. Just about the biggest company in the world, and I can't give them my money.
I just feel like you have a black cloud over you since last couple times we've spoken.
It's our whole house. I mean, they just switched Tamara to a new med because she's been on antibiotics for 10 weeks now, and the one antibiotic that she's on causes tendon damage long term. She's starting to have issues with not being able to like bend her fingers all the way, so they switch her to a different one. Full body hives. It's just. You just cannot catch a break.
No, that does not sound fun.
You need an exorcism for your house or something, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you need me to come over? The two of us that are ordained will smudge the house and chase off the demons.
Dude,
I'm
I
an
don't
ordained
know
minister. I'm afraid.
you
for
do know what smudge the house means. You're not going to do anything weird.
Yeah, that's the whole burning the sage and all that.
All right.
Dude, I'm a man of the, well, I can't say the cloth, I guess paper.
The
Man of
cloth,
paper.
man of the cloth. That's a good title
Man of
for
the paper.
it. I love it. I cannot see you as an ordained minister.
I have cloth. You have cloth. I mean, it's religion. You can pretty much say whatever you want and never have to back it up.
But Paul, of all people.
I really am. I'm looking at the credentials on my wall right there.
I believe you. I just don't like it.
You have to re-up that membership.
No, lifetime, because it's fucking bullshit. So,
What do you mean it's bullshit? You didn't do one of those, take that online course for an hour?
I filled out an application and clicked.
Right?
he has a little plus on his license.
Yeah, you can legally put Reverend on your license. It's legal. We both can perform marriages in the state. It's 100% legal.
Just like, Reverend, Paul, Reverend Hugh, you're allowed to perform, marriages and all the ceremonies and all that kind of stuff. And in New York State and in Vulcan and, and on Klingon and in Klingon or something like that. I mean, is that what it does? Go to Vegas? You can be an Elvis impersonator?
Paul's trying to find his license. He's having a hard time.
It's got that little plus on it.
No, I have my license. I'm trying to find my my Reverend card.
Oh God.
Reverend.
I can just see you do it now. What brings us here today? Oh,
He doesn't have it.
bullshit.
He's no longer a Reverend. He doesn't have it anymore. He's got to fill out the application again.
Yeah.
No, I still got.
I mean, I keep my Reverend card right next to my Satanic Temple member card.
Yeah, I haven't ordered my card for that either. I've got to get that because I'm a member as well.
It's scary that you guys are.
All right.
All right. I'm not going to waste time looking for this, but it does exist. I just got to figure out where I left it. No, that's my Wegmans card. Okay.
Same thing.
His Shoppers Club card. Yeah.
It's
Like,
worth about as
anything.
much.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to go next? Who's geeked or tweaked or?
I'm geeked.
All right, go ahead, DC. What do you got?
I said I'm geeked. Like I said, my son earlier on before we started recording, my son turns 21 today. If you want to be official, he turns 21 in about 56 minutes. He was born at 9:40. It's 8:45. So So that's got me geeked. It doesn't have me geeked because it really tells me just how fucking old I am. That my youngest kid is 21. Um, I'll be really old when my grandson turns 21. Um, but yeah, that's got me geeked. I got a haircut.
Let's see that.
Nice.
That got me geeked. That was last week or the week before. I needed to get a haircut, made me feel good. Made my head feel a lot lighter. It was weird. Yeah, got a haircut. Kid turns 21. Taking him out tomorrow night for his birthday dinner. My wife is taking him out tonight for his dinner with them. She's got her whole side of the family going, and I have most of mine. Um, so what else got me geeked? Oh yeah, and I've been playing online multiplayer Call of Duty Black Ops 6 for much of my days. When I'm not on the phone. Yesterday I spent a lot of time on the phone and then I fell asleep early again. But so yesterday was kind of a washout, but excuse me, yeah, I've been playing Call of Duty
Nice.
online. It's fun and frustrating at the same time because sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm really fucking horrible. I can't, you know. So, but it's just fun. It's just fun to try and it's fun. Today nobody was home. Doors were closed, windows closed, and I just started screaming at the television. So when I was playing. So yeah, that's me.
That's how I
And
watch
then,
porn.
and then when I play with my son Alex online, he loves my roving commentary when I'm playing. So because I get pissed off and I just start making comments and stuff. And I said, you should stream us playing, but me talking. And he's like, that's a good idea. So I think the next time that he streams and we're playing together online, that he's gonna have my commentary going because it's pretty fucking hilarious. Because I get so frustrated at getting
We get
beaten
all
by
worked
fucking
up.
12-year-old. Yeah, oh, it does. When I'm
Heart
getting my
pumping.
ass when I'm getting my ass kicked by 12-year-olds in the freaking game, and I mean 12-year-olds because I can hear them through the TV and or my headset. Yeah, I get mad.
Have you ever threatened to beat one of them with your leg?
No, I have not threatened to beat one of them with my leg
Yet.
yet.
I just
Yes,
gave you a good idea. There you go.
You have. So yeah, that's coming soon. Especially if I had a day like I had this afternoon. So, but that's what's got me geeked.
Outstanding. One of the other twins? Which
Go
one do you
ahead,
guys
older
go?
twin. You go ahead.
Wow. Never looked at anything like that's just wrong, dude.
Actually, we're looking like the same on top, so
It's true. That's true.
go ahead.
Well, I mean, for me, I guess Bryce and I went up to OCC for their open house. And I gotta admit that place has gotten a lot better
Mhm.
than when I was there. Now we're talking, I was there
50 years ago.
the last time was probably 90, 98,
Mm.
2000, somewhere around there. Maybe might have been 2000 after 2001. I went back up there for first semester. Um, but we went up there, walked around a little bit, took a tour of the computer science area, and I gotta admit, that's a lot nicer. They got their own special wing up there. They've got computer science classes, computer science labs. They got cybersecurity stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was sitting there listening to the guy talk, and I was like, you know what? I may go back to school for some of this stuff. So, I mean, it was definitely very informative. So that's what we did 2 weekends ago. We went up there and walked around, got to see the dorms. They got dorms up there now. So we were talking to a bunch of the guys that live in the dorms up there and stuff like that. Their program is a 2-year program that gears you to be job ready in 2 years, but also allows you to transfer someplace else, and most of the credits transfer over when you go to your 4-year school, your four-year degree. So that's what he's looking to do. He's looking to go there 2 years and then transfer someplace else for his 4 years. And there is a program that if you do that, I think I've mentioned it before, that if you go to a SUNY community college for 2 years, there's a program that you can get into that will give you money, pretty much pay for your tuition to go to another SUNY school for the next 2 years.
Nice.
So
That's
he won't
cool.
have much debt when he's done with school. So that's
That's even better.
that's the key.
Yes.
So
So, Corbs, you gonna go back and Van Wilder that shit?
I don't know if I would live in the dorms. That would be kind of weird.
Yeah.
What's the movie with Ronnie Dangerfield? That's the movie I was
Back to
thinking of.
school.
Back to school.
Back to
That's the one I
school.
was thinking of. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I mean, yeah, I sat in class and I said to my son as we were walking out of there, I even said it to my mom because my mom came with us, that it was definitely worth thinking about going back to school to get my 4-year degree, or getting a 2-year, extended 2-year in like computers, like cybersecurity or something to that effect. So we'll see. We'll see if I actually go through with it. So, but that's what's got
awesome.
me geeked. It was getting him up there because that's kind of where he wants to go. He wants to go because he's never really been on his own, like for an extended period of time. Like he's here by himself every once in a while for a little bit. I mean, now with Danny here, um, you're never really alone because he's always just in the house type of thing.
I'm here.
Yeah, he's always lurking.
Here.
He'll be watching you.
Sean knows what that's from.
I do know what that's from.
Here. Always here.
Yeah. So
So
I do know what that's from. But yeah, that's what's got me geeked. It was nice to get him up there and to walk around. We applied to, and Paul, this will come into effect for you in a couple of years when you girls get ready to go to school. Um, there is a time in November for 2 weeks where you can apply to any 5 SUNY schools for free.
Nice.
So, and we did that this year. Applied to 5. There's a couple other schools that aren't really SUNY schools that are in there. We applied to 5 different. He applied to 5 schools. He applied to OCC, SUNY Poly, Oswego, Stony Brook, and BU, Binghamton.
Nice.
Nice.
So
Good
they're all
schools.
part of that program. You fill out one application and it sends it to all 5 schools. Sure.
Nice.
So then you just
that's
have to
cool.
wait.
I thought you'd fill out 5 separate ones. No, that's
Nope.
actually really cool.
Yeah, you just go through and you select them. Like you can go through and select the 5 schools, and it will. You have to select the school and I think the major you're looking for or whatever, and then it just sends them off for you. So
Oh, nice. That's cool as hell.
yep.
I just remember, I know I'm the youngest one here, though. You had to like handwrite all your essays out,
Yep.
and it was awful. Like literally, you had to spend like the whole weekend, like a couple weekends. Your friends were like, "Oh, let's go out." No, I have to handwrite my college essays.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. And they did the same thing. He actually had one written for school that they said they did specifically for that. So he was able to just click on it and it attaches to all 5 applications and sends it out for him.
Nice.
So, and then he has to have one of his teachers. He has to have a teacher send him a letter of recommendation. So, but he has a teacher that he already is asked to do that for him. So,
That's cool.
yep.
All right, so
Hold on, Jack.
yeah.
I
Okay,
found it. I found
yeah,
it.
it still scares the shit out of me. I don't like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Now
Is that your face in the corner? I don't know, man.
No, this is my face right here.
Why does it scare you that Paul can perform marriage ceremony?
I just don't like it.
and
freaks me-
has done it. I have performed
he
a
is
marriage
not. I
ceremony.
remember you did it. You did what? Was it last summer?
No, it had to be
2 summers.
2021.
Okay.
Mm.
It was summer
I
of
do remember
2021
that
because that's why I got ordained. Is because
I remember.
Very good.
I do
and
remember. I do remember you
best part-
saying that you were going to be a minister at a wedding.
Yeah. Best part, I was ordained on May the 4th.
That's cool, though. I'll give you that.
It was just happenstance. I didn't try that. That's when Dakota sent me the link and said, "Dude, fill this shit out. Come on."
Nice. No, I like it.
All right, but go ahead. Before I lost the card again, I wanted to show it.
It'll be lost. We'll find that again in another 3 years. But no. So what has me geeked? It's like what Hugh says. Like this week was actually hard to find what had me geeked because I couldn't think of anything. I I don't know. I just really enjoy hiking. I've told you guys about that before. So I literally woke up on Sunday. Like I just haven't been sleeping much lately. So I get like maybe 4 or 5 hours of sleep max, if.
Cocaine
Um,
will do that.
yes, it will. So I woke up like bright early at 6:30 on Sunday morning. I couldn't sleep anymore. So I got a coffee and I just got in my car and I started driving. And I was like, where am I after an hour of driving? So I ended up in Pulaski. So I'm like, okay, why am I in Pulaski? That's different. So I found a trail called Shellkirk Trails in Pulaski. So I went hiking there. So you shouldn't go hiking alone. I get that, but knowing me, I went hiking. It was fun. Exactly. And he wants something to say. I know he does.
I
What?
sense a theme. Why does
Yes.
Jack go places alone when he fucking shouldn't?
It's fun. So literally I went
You need
hiking.
to isolate that.
Yeah,
It's
no,
fun.
it's too fun. So I went hiking for 2 hours. It was great. I made a trail to get back because I wanted to know where I was going. Yeah, that didn't do shit. So I literally am walking back. I'm like, huh, that looks familiar. That looks familiar. That does not look familiar. So I'm like, okay, don't panic, which it is a little scary. It's still early in the morning. Like I said, like probably around 11 o'clock. So I get back, like I was like, where am I going? I go take a left, take a right, go down that trail, go up that trail. I'm like, this is getting longer and longer. I'm like, this is not cool. So literally, I was like, okay, this fucking sucks. Yes, you should not go deeper into the woods, but this is what Jack does. He Bear Grylls it. He literally does not know where he's going. He just goes left, right, left, right. And honestly, my own dumb luck, I'm back at the car. So, but this is why Jack should not go places alone, but it is fun. I enjoy doing it,
When
but
you say you Bear Grilled it, does that mean there was a camera crew following you?
no, I Bear
Oh,
Grill.
okay.
Actually, he did cheat the system. I watched an episode one time, and a Walmart was in the background of one of his scavengers one time, but that's not the point. So, like I said, like I had to figure out where I was going, and yeah, I got lost, but you know what? I found my way home. Jack found his way home, and he's on the podcast with you guys right now, so I could still be in the woods alone.
So lose.
It is a lose lose. That woods does not want me, so they're like, take him back.
Did you
So
check
that
yourself for ticks after?
I actually had pants on, and I do have tick socks and tick spray.
I mean, you're lucky. Not everyone that goes to Pulaski leaves with pants on.
Honestly, you're not the first one that's told me that. Like one of my coworkers is like, "Why the fuck were you in Pulaski?" I'm like, "Because I was up there. Like nothing's up here." I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's fair." So it's kind of fun. But yeah, like I did check for ticks, Corbs, but like I said, like you got to be careful with that shit. But
Yeah.
it was good. But yeah, like literally my heart is pumping, and like nobody is on this fucking trail. So I was like, I'm the only one here right now, and this is kind of scary. But you know what? Let's do it.
Well, are you sure? Are you sure that you were the only one there?
It's the only one he
You're
saw.
right. That I saw. Nobody, yeah, who wants to be around me, honestly? Think of it that way.
I'm just saying, you're up in Pulaski. You know, Hugh made the reference of, not everybody who leaves Pulaski leaves with their pants on.
True.
And you're in the middle of the woods, don't know where you're going. I'm sure at some point the song, the theme for Deliverance came on.
Oh,
I
yeah.
was just thinking the same thing.
And then, I'm sure you're being stalked. And then at some point, you were probably about to be murdered, but found your car.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying.
I
And
did leave
again,
this.
maybe he would have been like, "Ha! It's fun." So
I did leave this part out of the story though. Before I found my car, I was running around though for the last 5 minutes, pushing the panic button, and I found my car. That was actually kind of funny. But yeah, like I was like, yes, I found it. But that's about it.
Nice.
Victory! All right, go ahead, Paul.
All right. What's got me geeked is the long-awaited return of a segment we haven't done in a while. Guys, do you want a WTF file?
Yay.
Right now?
Right now.
Right, meow?
I love
Right, meow.
WTF file.
I don't know what that is.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Um, All right. So I was at work yesterday in the office, and about noon. It was noon. I remember now. It was at noon, and I get a text message from Kristen that says, "So, where did you go this morning?"
Work.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I'm at work. I said, what do you mean? And she sends me a screenshot of our Life 360 app. And it shows my morning route and says something about 247 Bank Street. I'm like, I don't know what the fuck 247 Bank Street is. And I said, I don't know what that is. And she texts back, well, that says that's where you were. So I call her. I'm like, look, I don't know what's going on with this app. I said, but I left the house, took a left on 57, went through the McDonald's drive-thru for breakfast. She goes, you didn't tell me you got breakfast. I said, do I have to?
But you're
Yes,
telling
you
me
have
now.
to.
Well, maybe you got to write it in an expense journal.
Right. I said, and then I went to work. I said, I don't know where the fuck this place is. She goes, I don't know either, Paul, but it says you were there. I said, what's around that place? Oh, I don't know, Paul. Planned Parenthood?
What?
I said, what? I said, I swear to God. I said, I'm at work. I said, you can call my office line if you want. I'm at work. I said, I don't know what the fuck this is about. And she explains that she only was checking my location because her mom is on our thing too, and hers was offline for some reason. So she was like, what is going on with this? Her mom isn't doing so hot, so that's why we're keeping tabs on where she is. And so like we talked for a few minutes more, and I guess she decided that I wasn't lying and wasn't, worrying about getting somebody an abortion while I was at work. And then, but it's bugging me now, so I go back in and I'm talking about it to one of my coworkers. And then I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna go look up that address. That address is the alleyway on the other side of the building I work at. I somehow was pinging off of that. And that's where it showed that I was. So I get looking more at my drive thing, and it says that that's where I've been since 7:45 in the morning until my current location. So I call Kristen back. I said, you fucking asshole, that's showing at work. Zoom in on it. There's Pavone's Pizza right across the street. She goes, ooh, pizza.
I just love how you start the conversation. You're like, I went to the car, got on the 57, went to McDonald's, and then went to work. Oh, that's great.
Yeah, and as soon as it was all over, and I made it very clear that I wasn't at Planned Parenthood, then it became funny. But I was really fucking pissed before that. So, I thought you guys would get a kick out of that. So
She's kind of like you though. You're like, ooh, pizza.
Yeah.
And
no,
good.
she did not get Pavone's Pizza.
That's
After
terrible.
that bullshit, she didn't deserve it.
So DC, WTF, what the fuck file. So if you ever have one, we always love to hear those.
Oh, okay.
There's been some classics.
Yeah.
Oh, really good ones.
I have, yeah. It's been a couple of years since I've seen Badge Doc, so
Oh,
I'm still on the lookout, though.
We're about
Always on the
due.
lookout.
We're about due. All right. Well, I believe if we're all done with that, I think we'll throw it to break, and then we'll come back with the news. Stick with us, guys. Looking for the hottest new comic on the shelf or a keyback issue to complete your run? How about that rare statue or action figure that you've scoured the internet looking for? Come to Collectibles Galore. Located in North Syracuse with ample off-street parking, Collectibles Galore has a huge selection of comics, toys, and rare pop culture items you won't find anywhere else. Comics Galore is always buying comics and toys and will give you the fairest price for your collection. New customers get 15% off their first purchase in store. Collectibles Galore for all of your pop culture needs. Stop in and see for yourself why Collectibles Galore is the king of comics.
Talking to the stranger with the skeleton flute was his first mistake. Playing it was his second. Be careful what you wish for never meant anything to 12-year-old Sam until the night he blows into the skeleton flute and wishes for his parents to stay together. The stranger promised Sam his greatest desire, but the morning after the low, warbling note came out of the glowing flute, Sam's life has been turned upside down. His brother and sister don't exist, and his best friend doesn't know him. His parents are together and happy, but is it worth sacrificing everyone else he loves? Caught in a web of unintended consequences, Sam must try to get his old life back, despite the challenges that wait for him if he succeeds. And that means uncovering the mystery behind the strange man's identity and the skeleton flute. The Skeleton Flute hits shelves on August 27th. You can pre-order your copy now on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, your local indie, and most major book retailers.
Now, before you break out your Margaret Atwood books to take notes, here's the news. First up, state of lovin' Musk. Well, last week was interesting. We are apparently a conservative country now, with well over half of us voting Donald Trump back into the White House, and not by a little. Based on our criteria for picking a president, our last episode, where I also mentioned Arnold Palmer's tremendous penis multiple times, should be at the top of the podcast charts by a wide margin. And so begins the formation of the next 4 years. And while we wait for Kid Rock to be made head of the Nuclear Energy Commission and Hulk Hogan the head of saying your prayers, eating your vitamins, and fucking your best friend's wife on camera agency, some startling choices have already been made. While it's not a surprise, as they said they would do it, Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk have been made the heads of the Department of Government Efficiency. And while this sounds like something out of a Harry Potter movie or a Monty Python sketch, it is a real thing that intends to slash government spending by a ton. And that's not the real news here. Department of Government Efficiency. D.O.G.E. It's Doge, like the Dogecoin Elon Musk has been pushing for years. Originally created as a joke cryptocurrency and now the name of our newest government agency. I just can't believe this is real life anymore. Next up, somebody is getting fired. Mattel recently released a line of movie tie-in dolls for Wicked based on the popular Broadway musical. Wicked is a retelling of The Wizard of Oz from the perspective of the two witches. So these toys that were sure to be hot sellers this holiday season have had to be pulled from all of the shelves because instead of putting the movie website on the back of the box, www.wickedmovie.com, someone put www.wicked.com, which is a porn site that has been around since before I graduated high school. Now, I just have to wonder, how many kids went to their parents to ask what Kenzie Loves Girls 2 and Sunny Goldmelons was before this became national headlines? And finally, I can't believe I didn't know this. Just by chance, I happened to find out this week that the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre house in Kingland, Texas is now a restaurant named Hooper's in honor of the original director, Tobe Hooper. It serves up modern pub fare and breakfast and tacos, lots of tacos. While the idea of being able to eat a rare steak in the Sawyer Farmhouse is kind of cool, they only seem to have done movie tie-ins with their signature cocktails. A total missed opportunity when it comes to a food menu. How are you going to serve food in the most famous cannibal house in cinema and not have fun with it? That aside, I will be seeing if a road trip is possible the next time I go to Austin for work. And that's the news, kids. Now, I know some of you are overjoyed and a ton of you aren't right now. Not just disappointed, but maybe even scared for the future. And I don't have anything I can say to make that better. Things are about to get really weird. I take solace in the fact that things are never usually as good or bad as we build them up to be. It will definitely be an interesting time in history to be alive when internet meme dogs become government agencies and the worst possible people are chosen for some of the most important jobs. All in service to a guy I truly don't think believes in any of it. He won't live long enough to see the long-term damage, and his money would insulate him from those effects even if he did. But no matter what the pundits or comedians say, this is not the end. Things will swing back the other way. We'll have learned some lessons and set up some guardrails. We might even be able to solve some of the problems we could only mitigate by starting from a different position. Find the light where you can, support those you love, and don't let fear cripple you. The media amplifies things so they can consume you. And remember, when the Department of Grand Governmental Obedience, or DOGO, knocks on your door, the secret password is Palmer's Prize Peen. Think you can handle that, Corbs?
All right. Well, I probably don't want to handle that. Gotcha.
Yes, you did.
All right. So, as I die,
Me too.
right? I'm not even sick. I just got a freaking tickle in the back of my throat. Maybe
Well,
it's
fuck you,
It's
rub
that
it in my
peen.
face, why don't you?
maybe it's Arnold Parma's
It's that
penis
peen.
or something.
That dick's so big you can't even talk now. It damaged your mouth.
So we'll go. I guess we'll do a little sports. I mean, Dodgers won the World Series. They beat the Yankees. Thank fucking God. Anybody who's a baseball fan hates the Yankees. I know Paul definitely hates the Yankees.
Fuck the Yankees.
Mm.
Mhm.
It's always said in this household, don't care who beats the Yankees as long as somebody does. So,
Yeah, I agree with that.
I mean, how can you hate on a team whose name is also something you can ask a hooker for?
A Yankee?
that's true.
Oh.
Yankees.
Oh, a Yankee. I get it.
Go back in the woods, Jack.
Yeah.
So what do we got? To get SU football, they're bowl eligible for the first time in a couple of years, which is pretty cool. Although they lost last weekend to Boston College, I think I could get 11 guys and play 12 on 12 and beat them. I think they had one win at that time, maybe
That's
two.
That was a questionable call at the end, though. That was not a block in the back. Even though they
Yeah.
played a bad game, that was not
Right.
that was a really bad call. But keep going. This is
Yeah. So I mean, it's nice that they're bowl eligible. I mean, they should get a couple more wins. Danny and I talked about it. They are going to get smoked by Miami for sure.
Yeah.
So but they should win. I think they should at least win 2 out of the next 3 games.
they're playing California on Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday in California. So that might be a little difficult because you got you're crossing the country, time zone change and all that stuff. I mean, if they're out there now, then maybe they've got some chance to get acclimated to it, I guess. But that being said, SU basketball they're starting. Got a bunch of transfers in there. It's going to be an interesting season for the basketball team, I think. Hopefully, they can kind of come together and figure out their identity. I think it's going to kind of be one of those years for them. Unless they hit their stride somewhere here. So that'd be fun to watch. What else you got going on? You got the NBA's got their in-season tournament, which I don't get why that's so early in the season. Second year they've done that, Danny?
Yeah. This is the second year. Last year the Lakers won it.
Yeah. So they're playing that right now. What else? You got some hockey's been going on. I mean, hockey's been going pretty strong. Congratulations to the Winnipeg Jets. I did not know this. They're the first team. I don't even know if you know this, Dan. They're the first team to win 15 out of their first 16 games. So, yeah, I saw that today somewhere that I think it was at lunch. I was going through ESPN or something like that and saw that. So that's pretty wild. They're 15-1 or something like that, or something crazy like that. So that's pretty cool. I guess it's never been done before. Didn't know that. So that's kind of cool. What else we got? I mean, we got football. Not really. I mean, I'm winning my fantasy league. I guess that's pretty cool. So, guess the big news. I mean, Jack, I don't know how you would like this, but Jaden Daniels has been hands down, I think, his rookie of the year right now.
It's the matchup tomorrow night. Eagles.
Yep.
I almost said Redskins. Eagles Commanders.
Eagles Commanders tomorrow night. That'll be a good game. That'll be a very good game. So not much else besides
What?
Yeah, what's going on, Hugh?
I have a football question.
Okay.
Don't be shocked. I saw something in the news this week about them going back to a game that was already played and saw a picture with like three different guys holding three other guys' face masks or something.
Yeah.
And I was wondering what that was all about.
There's been a lot of missed calls this year. A lot of missed calls. Talked about it with Danny a little bit. A couple other random, I think a few random people here and there. But and Paul, I don't even know if you know this. I know Jack probably knows.
What?
But the Chiefs kind of have been getting the bevy of calls that they're not getting called.
Patrick Mahomes, there's a rumor he went to the referee. He's like, "Can you tell me when that guy's getting ready to jump?" Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not, but I'm like,
Yeah, I heard that.
not.
I heard that. I heard that too. It was something I saw it on YouTube or something that he said, "Hey, can you tell me when they're going to hit me or something like that or whatever." So I don't know how true that is. But they've had some calls. What, first or second week they were playing the Falcons, and the guy blatantly pass interference, like tackled the receiver, so he couldn't catch the ball, and there was no call. If you watch some of the games, I think it's their right tackle. It is their right tackle. He jumps before every snap, every passing down. He is like one step off the line when the ball is hiked. And as Paul, as you know, that is called a Jack
Encroachment.
false start.
Oh, on the defense, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
offense.
offense. I'm sorry. Yes, it is a false start on
Offense.
the offense. I'm sorry. I got that wrong.
So I mean, yeah, and it never gets called, but then other teams do it and they get called for a false start.
Right.
I mean, you can go back, you can see where a lot of these are being shown, and they're minuscule things, stuff like that are being shown. They're like, oh, this happens all the time. It doesn't happen all the time. Watch some of the games; it doesn't happen. And I mean, some guys get away with a few things, but there's been a lot that they've noticed with the Chiefs, like when they were playing the 49ers towards the end of the game. Nick Bosa was going to tackle Patrick Mahomes, and the guy tackled him by the neck. No call, no nothing, no holding, nothing. I mean, stuff like
Well,
that.
what I saw was all of the guys were in a single picture, and it was three players of one team, and they had fingers in the face masks of the three others. And I didn't read the article, but it said something about they were trying, I don't know, to nullify something. I thought maybe you knew more about it.
No,
Because
I didn't.
I wasn't sure if that was something they could even do. Like if they go
I,
back and
they're
they find
they're not
something
going to be able to go back and
egregious.
say, "Oh, this nullifies that," because if it happened in the middle of the game, then what do you do? Go back and replay the game? So it's kind of one of those things like, oh, you can look at it and you can penalize a person. You can penalize, you can fine a person, or you can fine the officiating staff for missing a call, stuff like that, and try to better the officiating and the players for doing stuff like that. But other than that, you can't really go back and replay a game or something like that. It's just there's not enough time to do that in the NFL season because it's every week they play. There's no off week for them. They have buys and stuff like that, but not every team is off on a week. So to go back and read so the only thing that they can do with that is they would fine a player for a face mask, or they would fine the officiating crew for not.
I was just wondering how they made that right or dealt with it. Thank you.
So, but
you're missing the big point on all this.
there's a
Like,
big point.
yes, the whole mandate coming out of the NFL is the Kansas City Swifties have to win it. Like they need that Swifty money. Like they got to
He
be
has so
winning.
much
Well,
leverage.
their house just got broken into.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
it really?
I saw that I saw that when I got home from work today. Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift, they live together in Travis's house. I
Really?
didn't know that either. That's pretty weird. I didn't know that either.
Mahomes is living with them?
No.
Oh,
Mahomes has got his own place. He's married and got
God, I hope so.
kid. And then Travis and Taylor
JK.
live in another house. They're about 10 miles from each other.
Oh, okay. I got what you're
And
saying.
then over the weekend, Mahomes' house got broken into, and then I think
On
Monday night.
Monday played.
All right, shut up.
Don't
Thank
talk to your
you.
mom like that.
Problem.
I'll talk to her any way I want to talk to her.
Nothing.
You know
If I
I'm
said that to
editing in
my
the sound of
mom,
you smacking her now, right? Like I'm
Sounds
editing
pretty
that in.
I'm
Right
surprised there's not a fist in that frame
there.
right now.
Good job.
and then he comes back and putting a piece of meat on his eyes again.
So, but yeah, so both the houses got broken into. So
Wow.
yeah,
Wow.
so
Tay Tay probably wasn't even home.
Do you want to do
no,
a quick?
actually, well, they weren't home because they were playing at the time.
Ah.
But so when I saw in the news that happened, she was so upset that they went and stayed at a hotel or something like that for a couple nights or whatever while they figured out what was going on. So
Now she's so upset that she's going to be staying in Toronto for like 8 days.
Oh well.
along with your wife.
I
Well,
mean,
like, yeah.
I think she would be all about it. I'm pretty sure she'd kick me out of bed for Tay Tay.
Corbs, you want to do a quick in memoriam for Ben Kirkstreet?
No.
Did you see that?
I did not see that.
His dog died. It was 10 years old, but this dog was literally everywhere with him. And he did a pretty good tribute to him. The guy broke down in tears on national television talking about it. It was very emotional, very good tribute to the dog.
How does this guy's dog memoriam get top billing over Tony Todd dying?
It's
No.
not a horror segment.
Tony Todd died?
Wow,
I didn't know
that's
that
that
he
too.
This is true. Yes, they really
I did
is.
not know
It's-
that.
Yeah. Just the other day.
So,
There you
Wow.
go.
So there's no more Final Destinations.
You never know.
No, they could make more Final Destinations without it, but I mean, Candyman.
Mm.
That's true. Candyman, yeah.
And that one Klingon in Star Trek.
Klingon.
Oh yeah.
I like that word.
I bet you do.
I do. Klingon!
Jack's
Alright.
clinging on to trees in the fucking forest. Leave him alone, okay?
No, those trees wouldn't even take me, Corbs. I'm
That's true.
screwed. I get no respect in the forest.
You and Rodney Dangerfield.
I was gonna
Correct.
say, what the fuck? You Roger Dangerfield now?
The Rodney Dangerfield of the woods.
And drummers like you were listening to the goddamn Beatle album. Ah!
Wow.
No
Back to
idea.
school. Come on. If you don't know that reference, man, you're not
I
a
didn't
movie buff.
catch that one.
Sam
That's terrible.
Kinison, the best scene in the whole movie.
You got to watch that one. After you watch all the 007 movies, watch Back to School.
Yep. Slide it in right behind Supernatural.
And you just went blurry when you said that too, a little bit.
All right. You got anything else in the sports there? Corbs?
No, not anything really sports related. I mean, we had what was it? Crown Jewel? Was that what 2 weekends ago?
Wow, you're just jumping right into my segment. Look at you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna jump on your nuts. Don't worry about it.
That's later.
No, I didn't say nuggets.
Well, I guess we might as well just hit the fucking open. Play it. Wrestle Report.
There you go.
All right. So yes, Crown Jewel came and went, and I didn't watch it because fucking marching band. But apparently it was a pretty good show. Hugh, did you ever get around to watching it?
I did, but I'm having a wrestling problem right now. I'm finding it really hard to stay engaged, and I'm mostly just skipping through to the talkie points so I know what's going on, and I don't really care who wins because I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I'm very apathetic.
You're in a lull. I don't like it.
Yeah.
Because it's your fault this whole fucking shit started. You got all about wrestling, and then I ended up tuning in, and now look what happened.
Tooting.
Now I'm wearing fucking wrestlers' dogs shirts.
That you paid like $30 for.
$24.99. I got it.
Don't blame me for your problems.
Yeah, you can't blame him for all those problems.
Not all those ones. This one, yes. So yes, I didn't even have Crown Jewel on the thing, but we have our inaugural.
Why not?
Speak.
Why not? Make a new word. This is a
Inaugural.
new America. We can say whatever we want. We can make up words. Go with your Kofifi.
My Kofifi and inaugural. Crown Jewel champions.
Cody
Liv-
Rhodes.
Cody
Liv Morgan
Rhodes and Liv
Cody Rhodes, and they don't even get to bring the fucking belts home.
They get a
Who
ring.
cares?
Those are huge ass belts too.
Yeah, from what I remember, I was listening to it. They get a ring, don't they?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now,
Yeah,
my,
I just-
They
my
get a
question now,
ring.
okay, go.
Liv-
Okay,
Yeah, they get a ring. Liv was wearing hers on Monday.
okay. Now the question becomes: is when they do this? Obviously, this is going to be supposed to hopefully be a yearly thing.
Yep.
Do they have to give the rings back?
So we're making this like the MJF
I hope not.
diamond whatever ring.
Oh yeah.
Weird.
Yeah. It was just funny because we got all this fanfare about the crown jewel champions and the toting the belts around, and then day of, Hunter's like, psych, belts stay here in Saudi Arabia, but hey, here's a ring. So
That's
But
ridiculous.
first of all, those belts were huge, and I mean, Liv was probably exhausted after that ring celebration. I can't imagine she could actually have hauled that thing back and forth to shows. Um, but yeah, I mean that's fine. It's that is something to appease the Saudi audience and make good on their deal with the Saudi Arabia Entertainment whatever the fuck it's called. Uh, I mean, I don't care that they don't have the belts. Whatever.
no, I just thought it was funny.
I mean,
That's
seriously, because what happens with belts? Somebody steals them and hits you in the head with them. I mean, if you hit someone in the head with one of those belts, they might actually kill them.
Right.
Right.
But now that they've got the ring, now you got a gimmick there, and now you can hit them with that like they do in
Every other show.
AEW.
And we got to
Every other show.
JF.
I will say that I love the finish to the Gunther Cody Rhodes match. I thought that was a great way to not make Gunther look weak, but make it look like Cody really struggled.
Mhm.
It wasn't cheap because he was trying to put a move on him. It wasn't like a quick roll up.
Yeah.
It was tactical and it was clever. I was very impressed with the way they did that.
Well thought out. Anything else that came out of Crown Jewel that I didn't see and I don't remember because concussions.
And marching band.
Marching band. Thank God that's over. But
Yeah,
hey,
what starts now?
Winter Percussion started Monday.
Great. More. No blues.
So next up on my list, the final 2K24 DLC just dropped, and that's a WCW themed one.
Yes.
Getting the War Games
Ring.
and cage, right?
I think so.
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. And
There's
then-
like DDP's in it. Lex Luger,
Hennig.
Kurt Hennig.
Um,
So I
That's-
saw it
that's-
on. I saw it
Which
on.
why is he in the WCW one?
because rap is crap, my friend. Rap is crap.
Mhm.
Wow.
But yeah, I agree. He shouldn't have been in that one. He should have been like a Legends one or something. But I
I have a
guess they had to
question.
fill it out.
I have a question.
Raise your hand. Okay.
Oh my God. Now Paul's a
DC.
teacher.
So I think I already know the answer to this because I was told, but I'm going to ask you straight up. Did you finally win the Fiend belt or did you cheat?
I don't appreciate your accusation, my friend.
Good politician answer there, Paul.
It's not cheating if you put the belt on somebody. They do it all the time when they book matches, just because all I did was click a button instead of actually performing the match properly. But yes, in my universe mode, Paul Showens is carrying the Fiend title as well as the Geek Pod title. So I'm a double champ, guys.
A universal champion, it sounds like.
No, I'm not combining. We're not universalizing it.
Oh.
And fuck you, Corbs.
DC, it's funny you say that too, because I remember back in the day, like I would play WWF No Mercy. My guy was named Drill Monsoon with a J, and my brother's name was Captain Thermo. I would play his character on rookie mode, take his WWF title, and then he would come home from school, hold me down, and then he'd be like, I'm getting the fucking title back from you right now, basically. So I did cheat to become a champion myself.
Oh, I had to ask. I know that was a running thing with
Yep.
Corbs and Paul, and then I asked Sean, I was like, did he finally do it? And he's like, yeah, and then he told me the story, and I'm like, oh, I'm bringing it up.
I mean,
Why?
were you just not able to win it legitimately, Paul?
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, well, let's be fair. I tried one time, and then I don't have any time to play the goddamn game. So when he kept bugging me about it, I was like, fuck this. I'm turning the game on. I'm dropping the title on myself. I'm done. And I was supposed to finish that whole gag out by actually getting a picture of my guy carrying the two titles. I haven't had time to go back to that either. So,
That was pretty fun. That was a good way. That was a pretty good run with that.
it was a lot of fun.
Well, because he kept telling me, and I'm like, well, okay, I know that you probably don't want to ask him anymore, but I'm that asshole. So you keep asking him for me,
Right.
saying, hey, Danny
Need to
wants to
win the
know if you've won the belt yet. So that way, you know, I could just bust your balls about it. That you kind of fluffernutted it there.
Fluffernut. I
Another-
love that.
Wolfern.
That's a good word too.
Sorry.
No, but didn't you tell us you had a story? Because like I was researching it for you and WrestleMania tickets for a 2-day pass, it's $800. One day it's like $500. So $800 is doable. It's not that bad.
That is okay. Have we ever talked on mic about this? Did I bring it up and not
Mm-mm.
remember editing it? Okay. So what Jack's talking about is Kristen and Kylie are going next week to see Taylor Swift in Toronto. Got tickets on StubHub. I'm not saying on mic how much those tickets were, but they were a lot.
Yeah.
A lot. And she felt ridiculously guilty. Oh, I gotta Quentin Tarantino this shit because it actually goes back to her birthday party, where I gave her birthday card and wrote in it, just buy the fucking tickets. So, um, and so she gave me, well, she actually pushed me to get WrestleMania tickets. She said, like, you know what, you deserve this too. Get WrestleMania tickets when they go on sale. I'm like, oh, I said it's in fucking Vegas. I'm not gonna do that, and flights and all that, and so she's looking on our Delta app, and with all of our points, I could have flown to Vegas and back for $12.
Wow.
And so she took that away from me. I was like, okay, well that doesn't work. And day of comes. It was October 25th. Tickets go on sale. I checked the priority pass first, and that's the a seat each night. You get into the WWE World event or whatever. You get to see John Cena from 100 billion miles away at an event or something. $1,600 for nosebleed seats.
Wow.
And it increases from there, like $5,000 ringside. And I think with those ones, John Cena spits on you or something. I don't know. Take that however you want it. I mean, however it works.
Is he from Pulaski?
Possibly. And
Ruthless
so,
aggression.
No,
Sorry.
it's toothless
so-
aggression. Up
yeah.
there.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
absolutely. And so I'm sitting there the day of, and I'm looking, and like I said, Kristen said, "Fucking do it. Just go. Find someone to go with you. Go to WrestleMania. Have a good time." And I'm sitting there, and I'm staring at this, and I'm only looking at the upper level one, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't spend that kind of money. I couldn't justify it. And I'm even trying to talk myself into it. It's like, okay, this is Cena's last one. This is going to be special. It's going to be a big one. Could not do it. And I told Kristen, I came up, I was like, I'm struggling. She's like, with what? What's wrong? Which I think I freaked her out because literally that was the day after the anniversary of my father's death. And so I come up and say, I'm struggling right now. And she's like, oh shit. And I'm like, oh, no. Let's wrestle tickets. So, and then she was like, no, just do it. Like, you have your shot. Do it. And I, yelled at her, and I said, why could this have happened last year when it was in Philly and I could have just goddamn drove to it?
Right.
So no, I'm not going to WrestleMania. I actually did the responsible thing for probably the first time ever in my life, and I was just like, I can't justify spending this kind of money. Plus, I couldn't find anyone else who, justifiably so, would want to spend that kind of money to go along with me. And on top of that, that I would be unattended without supervision in Las Vegas for a weekend. So
Yeah, that would be bad.
all of these things compounded to Paul saying, I just can't do that.
Well, to be fair, you didn't ask me.
I could have swore I brought it up at D&D.
You
and
did.
threw it out there to everybody.
I don't recall that. But
I don't either. but I wouldn't have the money to go and be unattended in Las Vegas or anything like that. Like,
You
yeah,
had a place to stay though.
yeah, yeah. I would have actually. Yeah, we could have. One of my fraternity brothers lives out there,
Oh, no shit. You
so
would have said that, around October 25th.
well,
I mean, that would have taken another excuse away, and I would have to pay for a hotel.
yeah. No, I could have. We could have gone, and I would have messaged him and said, "Hey, listen, I'm coming out for Mania. You got to get tickets, and we'll figure it out." And blah 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 blah. And then we could have gone and stayed with him, but because he's trying to get me to come out for a Raider game.
Mhm.
You
I
could
wanna
have
do
got
that
good
someday,
seats
too.
with DC. You probably could have got handicap tickets.
Exactly.
Use it for the
Guys,
wheelchair access.
you might want to stop because this is going to be bad for Paul. Just
I mean, my buddy uses his
I'm on the site
stepbrother.
now.
My buddy uses his stepbrother when he goes to Disney to get on the rides quicker. He has like a light speed pass. I'm like, that's not nice. He's like, it works. I'm like, that's not nice.
That is
It's
legitimate.
valid.
It is absolutely valid. I'm speaking from experience. And it wasn't Madison. We didn't use Madison to get
It
on
was
all
you.
the rides.
It was you.
It was Kylie and her ADHD. That was
I thought it was you and your concussions.
Paul, I will say this. I'm actually proud of you. Not that I didn't think that you could make a decision like that, but I mean, I feel the same way. I mean, we're in a situation where I probably could afford WrestleMania tickets, but that's an awful lot of money.
And
I mean, I know it would be an experience, but it's just one of those things. I don't think I could do it. I couldn't justify it at that price for those seats. No way.
right, that was my big thing. Is like for $1,600. Yes, it's 2 nights, so it's $800 a night to still watch it on the screen. Because if
Yeah.
you're an upper level, you're not going to see all the good shit. Yes, I get to go to WWE World where I can buy all the things, and how much more is that going to be? Because
Right,
again,
about to say that's another expense on top of the month ticket.
leaving me unattended in a WWE store with all the cool shit. Yeah,
And you
Because,
get like, yeah, you get,
again-
you get a beer there. It's like over $30 too, at
I'm
least.
sure. But again, case in point, my issue with WWE merchandise. I'm wearing CM Punk's dog on my shirt. Clearly, I
Larry.
don't make good decisions.
Uh,
Well, you
And what
made
did
one
she
good
say to this
decision.
when you made a good
one.
decision? What was her rebuttal to that? You're like, I made a good decision.
She legit was like, dude, like, do it, like, and she's still pushing for.
Wait till it comes back around here again to like.
Yeah.
Now I thought about that, taking that in my back pocket.
Yeah, put that in your back pocket when you like
Um,
maybe when it gets closer.
And she
something
knows
else.
that trump card is for that.
And it doesn't have to be WrestleMania. I mean, WrestleMania is the big one, but I'd take a Rumble. I love the Royal Rumble's my favorite.
Love the Rumble. The Rumble,
Yeah.
Rumble would be fun. But then we were watching SmackDown last week, and they made the announcement and showed the ad for Elimination Chamber in Toronto in March. So that might be happening. And that
Oh.
I'm assuming I can justify swinging to bring Madison with me, because she also is missing out on the Taylor Swift show, and now we're pulling back the curtain. We've never actually said this on air before. She will be in Atlanta for a doctor's appointment while they go to Taylor Swift. This is why we go to Atlanta. There's doctor's appointments.
oh wow.
Not illegitimate children. As we've been saying
Dude.
for a few years. So yeah, and that was the other thing. Before Kylie was given the tickets for her birthday, I had to take Madison aside because Kristen's a fucking coward and left it on me to do this and tell Madison what was about to happen and the fact that she wasn't going.
How did
Took it
she
like a
handle
champ.
that? Yeah.
She was awesome. This is
That's
totally not
great.
wrestling related anymore, but fuck it. She was awesome about it. She was very chill. She was cool. I explained to her that we had to go to Atlanta and that she wouldn't be able to go. But I did tell her that the next tour, because it's already been said that Tay-Tay is touring in 2026 again. I said
Whoopee.
then Mommy already wants to go again, so we'll actually be watching when tickets go on sale this time. We're going to try and get that, and it'll be for everybody. I said, and also, maybe there's a WWE like TV or pay-per-view if we can swing it, and I'll take you to one. So we may do Elimination Chamber, but the kid's smart. She got me because we're going to be down there for a few days in Atlanta this time. She worked it, so I have to take her to see Wicked while we're there.
She is your
Well,
daughter.
Yes, we have one day where it's literally just kind of like the appointments I go to, where it's just a couple hours. Yes, DC.
All right.
Where we have a couple of hours of appointments, and then the rest of the day we're free. So she got me. I'm gonna have to take her out to a cool dinner and then go to see fucking Wicked, and hopefully not take her to the website.
Well, you know, in Wicked though, you have Jeff Goldblum in it too, so you can enjoy that.
Yes.
But it's a 2-part movie too. It comes out next year as well, so it's like, oh my god.
Now she's got you wrapped up into 2, Paul.
Yes, but I mean, one of them works for me, the other one doesn't. But that's really all I've got for the Wrestle Report. And up next, I guess, is guys, what are we watching?
All right, so I have 2 things to talk about this week, and one of them, actually both of them are important, but I want you guys to listen to me very carefully here, because what I'm about to tell you, I don't want you to take it with a grain of salt. I don't want you to take it like when I say, hey, Supernatural is a great TV show. For fucking real, has anyone here seen The Bear?
Not yet, but I know of it.
That's the cooking show on FX.
It's a show about a restaurant. It's a cooking show.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. We started watching it a few weeks ago just because I noticed it swept the Emmys for the 2nd year in a row. And I'm like, if it swept the Emmys for 2 years in a row, it must be really good. Let me tell you something. This might be one of the very best television shows I've ever written for several reasons, or watched. Why did I say written?
You wrote it?
Because I'm going to talk about writing. Because here's the thing. Their episodes are sometimes they're only 20 some odd minutes, 30 minutes long. Some are a little longer. Sometimes most of the episode or all the episode would literally be 2 people just talking in one location. And the writing is so strong. The acting is so fucking off the charts that is not boring. You are literally riveted watching 2 people have a very private, intimate moment. And I can't imagine a show being like, if you told me, hey, you're going to watch 35 minutes of 2 people talking, and I'm going to come away from it just like, that was powerful. Holy shit. I mean, for real, guys, you have got to watch this show. I mean, right to the top of the list. I know I recommend things and I say they're fantastic, but I'm not kidding if you walk away from this and you don't think this is one of the best shows I've ever seen in my life, I'll be shocked, because the writing and the acting is that powerful. I literally believe that there is a restaurant in Chicago with those characters running it. It is that real to me now.
Wow.
Those actors do such an amazing job.
And this is on Hulu?
Yes.
FX, yeah. Hulu, yes, something like
that. When it's on, like during the season, it's on FX.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you can go on Hulu and watch the previous season, and I think the season's over with, right, Hugh?
It is. So you can probably get it. Don't you get like free Hulu through Disney Plus?
Yeah. You bundle them together.
You get them bundled. So it's on Hulu. So you can definitely see it there.
Please do yourself a fucking favor and sit down and watch the first couple episodes. It is intense. There are episodes that are one take. There are episodes that are all one scene, all connected together. They don't all happen in the restaurant. There's one of a Christmas party, of the family's Christmas party with all of their friends, and it literally is like real time from start to finish without any stuff, and it just gets more and more intense and more intense. And wow, just I'm fired up just talking about it. I mean, seriously, stop everything else you're doing and watch the first episode of The Bear. It's fucking amazing.
Nice.
The second thing I want to say, The Penguin, I think is going to be nominated for an Emmy next year. If Colin Farrell doesn't get nominated for Best Actor in a Limited Series, I'd be shocked. But at least it's got to be up for Best Drama, because I finished it this past week, and The Penguin is as close to a single perfect season of television as I think you can get.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, and I would put it. I mean, this is HBO. I would put it on par with The Sopranos while it was still good,
Really?
because that's the kind of show. I think it's as good. It's that disconnected from the whole superhero Batman thing. There's like two references, one in the first episode, one in the last episode, and you blink and you miss it, and you don't even see him. Um, they just reference the events of the first movie, and then there's a bat signal at the end, the very last scene.
Nice.
But the rest of it is pure, on the level of Sopranos writing. Great show.
Outstanding.
Yeah, only 8 episodes, right, Hugh? It looks
Yep.
really impressive. Yeah, I want to see that.
It is. Colin Farrell disappears and he becomes a completely different person. I
Well,
can't
that's
look.
weird. I was talking with somebody about that. It might have actually been Danny. You wouldn't know that's Colin Farrell
No.
if they didn't say it was Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
That's
we,
how-
it was
that's
you and
how-
me, John.
Yeah, that's how
Yeah.
different he looks.
I mean, that was impressive in the Batman, but watching him do it for 8 episodes, I mean, he really had the time to become Oswald, and he did.
No, last week I just watched the Batman movie just to. I don't know if that would help me get ready for this show.
Well, I mean, it introduces the character, so yeah, that's
so
fine.
cool. I know. I'm really excited. I want to see that. I'm gonna probably start that tonight.
No, start the bear tonight.
Right.
Well,
Put that one
Right.
first. Anybody else? What else you got?
I'll go next. So, I actually watched an old movie the other day, and it was really good. I haven't seen it in a while. Have you guys ever seen the movie Awakenings?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro and
Robin
Robin
Williams.
Correct.
Robin Williams.
So it's a really good movie. So for our listeners and viewers that don't know this movie, based off in 1990, and Robin Williams plays a doctor, a neuroscientist. He wants to take a risk of patients that suffer from, and I always have trouble saying this word, encephalitis, and he gives them L-Dopa, a Parkinson's drug, and these patients miraculously wake up. So I thought this was just a really cool movie because you think Robin Williams would be one of the people in the psych ward, but no, he's a nervous doctor, a neuroscientist, and him and Robert De Niro just do magical work. It was just a very, very good movie, and I just thought that was really enjoyable. And the second thing I'm watching, I'm ready for Friday to drop the second part of the so there's 3 parts of the last season of Cobra Kai. So that will be coming back out. So I've been watching that since YouTube Red because Rocky movies, Star Wars movies, and the original Karate Kid trilogy, I'll always love those. Those are always going to be near and dear to me. So I'm really excited for this. And I'm kind of curious where they're going to go with this. So they have another 5 episodes coming out. And then in 2025, you have the last 5 episodes. And I guess they have a movie coming out too. It's like, this is never ending. But it's just very exciting to see the show because my dad and I, this is a show we watch together. My dad's like, let's get the pizza and wings going. And then after that, here's the cherry on the sundae. We'll watch the Tyson Jake Paul fight as well.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So that's what I'm watching.
Very cool. One of the Corbses?
I'll go, I guess. I've got a couple of things. So, new season of SWAT started. I've watched that since the beginning. I think this is the last season for that. That's been pretty good. The other show I like that came back is Fire Country.
Yes.
That came back. I like that. It stars a guy that was in the TV show The SEAL Team. His character was killed off in the SEAL team, and he was writing this pilot at the time. And when it got picked up, is when his character was killed off. It's their 3rd season now. I think it's a fantastic show. I think Danny started. I think got Danny started watching it.
Yeah.
He said he can't get into it. I told him to keep watching it. It does seem to pick up. The other show I got Danny into was Tracker.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah,
With Justin Hartley.
Yep. They just started their 2nd season. I like that show a lot. Went to watch it last year. It was supposed to start after the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl went into overtime and all that stuff. So I didn't get to tape it, but it is on Paramount Plus.
Nice.
So
Yeah.
I was able to watch it there. That's usually where I end up watching it. Usually watching on Monday nights, before wrestling. When I go to, I mean, I'll a lot of times I flip during wrestling to a few other things, but I usually try to watch that before wrestling.
Nice.
So that's the other thing. And then my go-to end all be all is Yellowstone. That came back on Sunday.
Don't tell me what happened.
Okay. It came back on Sunday.
Yeah, because
Uh,
we've been sitting on on 5A
Yep.
until because there was such a huge gap. So we
Yep.
just started watching the first half of the season to get caught
Okay.
up for the season.
Okay. I won't tell you what happened in it, but I'm glad it's back. So I'm looking forward to, and everybody here at the house knows that when it's on, I close my door, don't knock on my door, don't come in, don't bother me for an hour.
What
It's
are you,
kinda
little
like
Richard over there?
it's kind of like when Sons was on. You don't bother me when
Yeah.
I was watching Sons.
Don't call me when
So,
I'm watching Sons of
yeah,
Anarchy.
don't answer the phone. I don't come to the door. Nothing.
I actually put a message on my answering machine back then that said, "Do not call me on Tuesday." I reached, Corbett, blah 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 blah. If it's Tuesday night, just know that from this time to this time, I will not be answering the phone. Do not call.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But see, the only time that message is useful is when somebody calls during that time and your phone's already ringing and bothering you.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, that's what I've got. I've got those three shows. Friday nights I watch SWAT and Fire Country. Sundays is Tracker, and then Tracker I always watch the next night. Now with Yellowstone starting up again, I won't Tracker and they're usually on the either same time or back to back.
Pick one. Yeah.
Yeah, usually I always it's in that pick one. It's always Yellowstone. So
Right.
I've been waiting. 1923 is coming back. They pushed that back a little bit, so it didn't coincide with the release of this season. So I'm waiting for that one to come back too. That's got Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren in it. So
Nice.
that was pretty good too. So I'm waiting for that one to come back. So
Outstanding.
yeah.
DC,
Nice.
you got anything?
Yes, like Corbs said, I'm watching Tracker. I love that show. I watched the whole first season basically in one day, night, whatever. Binge watched the shit out of that. And then I told Sean that, I was gonna smack him because of that. Because got into it and I just started watching it. I'm watching some old stuff, but the other show that I liked that I just picked up when I got home out of the hospital was The Lioness, starring Zoe Saldana. Great show. I watched the first season and watched the first 4 episodes of the second season, and then the other one just dropped, I think, the other day. Great show. She works for the CIA. She has to recruit and train a female operative to infiltrate and befriend the female of the whichever target that they're going after.
Right.
And it's phenomenal. I like it. This season's got a great twist right in the beginning, so I'm enjoying it. I hope it continues to after this season to come back. Great show. Like I said, I'm watching Tractor, and then I watch like FBI and trying to get into Fire Country. I'm like 3.5, 4.5 episodes in, starting to pick up a little bit, so I'm gonna try to watch it. But I watched a couple of movies, just older movies the other day. I watched Goodfellas, Good Will Hunting, Jack Reacher. I watched El Chicano last night, which is pretty good. Columbiana, with Zoe Saldana, where she plays the hit woman. And then I watched something else the other day. Oh, I watched Unforgiven.
Nice.
I watched Unforgiven. I like Eastwood westerns. Outlaw Josie Wales is one of my favorites. So, but yeah, that's what I'm watching, And obviously, I'll watch wrestling. I watch a little bit of football, but my team sucks, so I get a little discouraged. But I watch a little bit of football. I watch a lot of college football on Saturday. They usually have really good games. Except for this past Saturday, I fell asleep at 3 o'clock and slept until 4:30 in the morning. So yeah, I needed
good
to
sleep.
sleep. So I slept for 13.5 hours. So I missed all the games, but other than that, those are the shows that I'm watching, and of course, I have to watch wrestling on Monday nights.
Absolutely. I've only got one, and it's kind of a Herculean effort that I actually got through a series. We started and finished in a week's time Agatha All Along.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh yeah, the new Marvel one on Disney. Yeah.
that was really good. Really well done. Hugh, you're nodding. Did you watch it?
Yeah, yeah. I was a little concerned at the beginning because I didn't really understand what they were doing, but it was I don't want to say sophisticated, but it was very layered. I mean, they wrote it
Yes.
like a mystery, like a puzzle, and kind of brought me
Yeah.
on the journey.
And literally until the last 5 minutes of the last episode, you don't get the payoff. Like that twist at the end was fucking awesome. Really good. I was astounded at how good it was because a lot of the stuff lately hasn't been awesome. And I knew it was good when the last episode ended. Well, what I thought was the last episode, and then we found out there was one more episode after that. I was surprised because I thought that was the end at episode 8, and then there was a 9th episode, and then we get through the whole 9th episode, and Kristen turns to me and says, "So, is there going to be a second season?" I was like, "Well, literally, this ended a week ago, so let's give it a little time." But,
Right.
but really good. The whole will they, won't they, with if Wanda's really dead or not is still a thing, which okay. But I like where they're going with it, and I don't want to give too much away in case people haven't watched it.
I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah.
Really
me
good.
neither.
It's worth it. 9 episodes. There is the 9th episode. I did watch through the credits each time. There are no after credits things. I was surprised.
Wow.
And now Madison plays the Ballad of the Witch's
Oh
Road
God,
all the time.
that was Damara kept humming that and got stuck in all of our heads.
Yes. But that's it. That's all I've had time to watch. I'll come back after. Oh, that's right. I wanted to discuss that. After
got
this
one more.
week's episode, we're gonna have a little bit of a hiatus for Thanksgiving. We're gonna come back in December to probably also
Celebrate
for a
my
short month.
birthday.
Yes, absolutely. But it'll also let's be honest, that'll probably also be not a full month of episodes with the holidays coming up with that either.
Right.
But I mean, people should be used to that at this point. So
Right. If you guys
Yeah.
haven't seen Deadpool Wolverine,
Oh,
it is
phenomenal.
streaming on Disney Plus as
Yes.
of yesterday.
yes,
So Merry Christmas to you guys. Watch that.
Oh, that's a great. I meant to
But
put that
watch
on
the
there.
bear first.
right. The bear and then that. That's funny you bring that up because that has been a constant battle in my house because Kylie thinks she's grown enough to watch that, and I kept blocking her on that one. Well, here's the problem. Her TV has Disney Plus access, so now I can't block her anymore, so I'm kind of screwed.
Oh,
How old is Kylie?
13. Tomorrow.
Avery's
tomorrow.
13. We let her watch it.
And it's not even the violence in it. It's the content of some of the shit they say. So I was a little iffy about it, but I think I'm gonna let her go. I finally let her watch Scream. She had her first introduction to real horror because Five Nights at Freddy's doesn't count. So I'm starting to give her a little more leeway. But I mean,
Hey,
we'll
Paul,
see.
I'm going to let you in on a little secret. She hears worse on the school bus. She knows, and you don't know she knows because she's a good kid.
There's that
right.
too. And I mean, she usually hears worse in my living room, but
My God.
I mean, do you really talk about,
nope, not like
okay.
that.
Okay, then. I was going to say.
He's like,
I find that a
no.
little hard to believe.
No,
Right.
she just hears the curse words, not the other stuff.
Not the content.
Oh, we're not even going to touch on the fact that she made her debut on the podcast a little while ago.
She
You
did.
guys all caught that, right?
I did. Yeah, I was like, hey. She was I see a hand giving you a beer. I was like,
And then she was off camera going, "Can I say hi? Can I say hi?" I'm like, because I had my mic off because I don't trust her. I was like, Jesus Christ, just do it. I think we might have actually gotten a real smile out of her too, which we haven't gotten since the braces went on. So
okay.
but I think that's it. Like everyone went. We did our thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's gonna wrap it up for this week.
All right. Well, then, are you dropping nuggets?
I absolutely am.
All right. Well, let me step on your nuggets.
Keep your focus on what you want to do, not what anyone else wants or is doing. You lose time watching others succeed. Good night, everybody, and Mega Bang bitches.
This has been a GeekPod Network production.